Stan Gibilisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations, showing you a block diagram of a radio receiver called a Panoramic Receiver. Most of the latest radio receivers you can buy on the market today for, if you're willing to put forward a few pennies, have this feature, a built-in spectrum analyzer that allows you to look at frequency emissions or the frequency spectrum somewhat to either side of your received frequency. It's basically a super heterodyne receiver with a spectrum analyzer in the intermediate frequency or IF chain at a fixed frequency, but it also displays signals as vertical pips to either side, that is below and above the frequency that you're on. So you can see what the band looks like around you. The signal comes into the antenna, goes through the front end amplifiers, the mixer, the tunable oscillator to produce a stable intermediate frequency. The signal is amplified in the IF chain. Somewhere in that chain you have a simple by relative terms, spectrum analyzer, which has a screen that my old ICOM, it's over 10 years old. ICOM IC746 Pro has one of those, but it's a little bit primitive. Some of them now, some of the more pricey radio receivers have beautiful displays with multicolor spectrum analyzers. And then, of course, the signal goes on to the detector so that you can recover the information, and this happens to be a product detector most likely for single sideband, audio amplifier, and your speaker. It's basically just the addition of a spectrum analyzer at a strategic spot in a super heterodyne receiver. Take a look at some of the ads for the brand name receivers on the high end of the price range, and if you've got the dough, go for it. I think it'd be the coolest thing this side of Big Island Bakery sourdough rye bread. Let the person who lives on the island of Hawaii understand, and the rest remain confused by W1GV, who will now say 73, which means best regards, and so long, which means, of course, in my mode of communication, da-da-da-da-da-da.